Yo, it's Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about how to draw the head and a side profile. So this is my favorite view to draw. I think it's the easiest. You only got to draw one side of the face, and the proportions and the measurements aren't too bad. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So like last video where we were drawing front face, we started off with the circle, and so we're going to do the same with this week's video. So just freehand a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can go around a couple times if you want to, as long as you got the general shape. And then we drop in our horizontal line that cuts the circle in half, and a vertical line that cuts the circle in half. Okay, and these two lines are important because we're going to base all our measurements from these two lines. So make sure to get these in first. And we're going to expand upon these lines in the next video, where we talk a little bit more about the Loomis method for creating a head, which is pretty standardized. Everybody pretty much teaches it that way, so I'm going to teach it that way as well and just show how I kind of go about it. Okay, so when I have those two lines in, I typically draw in a line that just drops down from the front of the head, just like this. And to find the bottom of the chin, that's what we're going to do next. And I think I should have maybe explained this a little bit better in my front-facing video, is that the nose is actually supposed to not go all the way to the bottom of the circle, but just slightly above it. And what is the typical or traditional way of someone teaching how to draw a head and the proportions is that they say use a circle that is 2/3 the size of this big circle. And the reason I'm not going to teach that is because I don't want you guys to expect to take out a ruler and measure 2/3. You basically just go down and just chop off that bottom part of the circle, and that's going to be where the bottom of your nose is. Now if you duplicate that length again, which is the same as in the video that I taught, that is going to be where the bottom of the chin is going to lie, so about right here. Okay, and then also that same length, and I didn't include this in the last video, is where your top of your brow is going to lie. Okay, so we have a lot of the base measurements down. What I want to move into next, and is important for this, is the jaw. Now the jaw kind of slopes up like this, but there's also kind of this fleshy part underneath your jaw. So that fleshy part kind of just kind of sits underneath it like this. And the neck intersects, even though we're not really talking about the neck too much today, the neck kind of intersects kind of in this halfway mark right here. So we can go ahead and get that in here. The neck is not straight down. It's not like this. It's at an angle if you want it to look natural. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. The next thing that I want to go in and do, and we're just gonna kind of come down this face, is that I want to draw on the eye sockets. Now, the eye socket is going to be flat at this edge and then kind of rounded in the back. Just like so, just like this. Okay, so flat in the front and then rounded going back. And our eye line is going to be about right here. And if our eye line is right here, then we know our ear needs to start here and needs to end where the nose is. So we're gonna put nose jaw, eyebrow, and this right here is going to be our eye. Okay. Okay, moving along, for the side view, our nose, here's going to be the bridge of our nose. Our bridge of our nose is right where our eye line is at. And you can go in a mirror and kind of look and feel that point. So that's where the nose is going to start. And just depending on the character, you can make it, you know, protrude longer or shorter. Okay, and we know the nose is going to end down here, where we drew this bottom line. And typically this jaw, I know I drew it straight down, but typically the jaw will kind of protrude outwards. So at this point I will kind of show how this comes outward by just extending this line outwards, something like this. Okay. And then our mouth kind of falls, you know, halfway between here and here, but you can adjust it the way you want to. We're just gonna go ahead and draw something simple in for right now. Okay, so the sphere represents our cranial mass, and you can check out Proko's videos to kind of also get some more information on this and some more help. And the back of the neck kind of sits behind this ear. Just find this rhythm right here, and it kind of slopes backwards as well. Okay, so with that we have the overall shape, and I will go ahead and show you how to put in some of the basic features, and then I'm gonna bump this into time lapse and finish off this video. So go ahead and make the lines lighter. You can use an eraser to do that, and then we're gonna come back over and we're gonna start working on these final details. And personally, I like to start off with the eye and the eyebrow specifically. So the eyebrow sits within that eye socket, kind of right at the top right there. So we're going to go ahead and drop that in. Maybe show some shading. The eye, now this part is important, and I'll kind of show you how the shape changes. For the front of the eye, when we drew it from the front, it was like this, and it was circular, right? That's how an eye looks. But when you look at it from the side, then you only get half of it, so it more so looks like this. Okay, and see how that circle becomes an oval? That's what the eye is going to look like from the side view. So the same thing we're going to do here. We're going to show this and how this kind of slopes down, and this right here, and then we draw this in as an oval, not a circle anymore. Okay, and then we jump in for the nose. The nose is pretty easy. It kind of dips in where this eye starts, and it just protrudes outwards just like this nice sloping line, and then it comes back in, and you're gonna get something like this. Same thing, I shouldn't say same thing for the brow, but we're gonna do something similar for the brow. It just kind of comes up like this and then slopes backwards typically. So just have something like that. To draw the mouth region, you have what is like right underneath your nose, and you kind of have that you know, place where your your snot kind of drains. So that drain part, it kind of like comes back outwards up into this upper lip. So your upper lip starts right and it curves in like this, and then this is where your mouth is, and your mouth kind of curves down. And then to draw the bottom lip, you just draw like a little bump pretty much, and then you can go in and draw your chin, something like this, and again finishing off back here because we already drew that before. Okay, and so we can come in and do the ear. I did receive a comment of like where to place the ear. Hopefully these guidelines kind of help to show where the ear will go every single time. It's always at this like section right here where the eye is at and the bottom of the nose is at. That's where it always sits. And then to find the distance backwards, you just use this circle, and then this half the circle length is how far it should sit backwards. Okay, so to draw an ear, I make this little bump right here and I curve it back out, and then I follow the outside contour of the ear like this, and then I make the earlobe a little bit thicker, and then I draw this up, our thumbs down looking shape, or it kind of looks like a squash turned upside down. Okay, and then we go ahead and draw our neck in to look something like that. The final piece is now our hairline. So our hairline starts a little bit past the ear, and we can give it a little bit of sideburn to show. Starts a little bit past the ear, comes up, and it curves in, kind of like that rhythm of that eyebrow. You kind of want to follow that rhythm with the hairline, and before it gets above the eyebrow, then you start curving it back, just like so, until you get to the edge of the forehead, which we defined earlier. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And we can go ahead and draw on the back of the head. And then there you have it. You have a head and side profile, and we can go ahead and take off the guides and kind of see what we're left with. But yeah, I pretty much use this method every time. We can detail in this nose by adding in the nostril right here. Just adding in a simple shape for that. But that is it in a nutshell. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into time lapse. But thank you guys for watching. And next week, or maybe not next week, but the next time I make a video, we're going to be talking about the Loomis method of constructing a head. And we're going to use that to draw the head in any angle. And there's actually a lot of videos out there already, so if you kind of want to go ahead and get started, look up Proko. He has a lot of videos on the Loomis method, and also just, you know, maybe type that into Google as well. Search Andrew Loomis, how to construct a head, to go ahead and give you guys a start, and then you can come back and watch my video, see what kind of practices I do, whatever the case may be. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace and love.